still nice out enough that I think I want to pull that CCV doghouse right there. 2 Phillips screws looks like. I know there's some O-rings in there you got to keep track of and stuff. I'm going to pull that out. Probably slap a 90 and a clamp on it and run it over towards the brake booster, I think, and then we'll bring her back down and, you know, let her drop off behind the front tire or something. I don't know. I got 10 foot of hose. We'll see where that goes. We got zip ties and hose and creativity, I guess. So that's what I'm going to do next. Nothing real complicated about it, I don't think. We're just going to pull it off, flip it the other way, put a 90 on it. We got a rubber cap. We're going to cap off the inlet on the piece, you know, where it, from the factory, slurps up into the intake of the turbo. We got a rubber cap for that, is what I'm saying. And then we might even get inside there and buzz off that, you know, little snorkely tube that faces the wrong way. Because it's just air restriction, right? Why would we want that? If we're going to get rid of that, just get rid of that too. Anyway, that's what I think I'm going to do. The wife hasn't stuck her head out and yelled at me, so I guess I'm going to start that next. Hang on, let's do it. As they always are, if you have one of these or know one of these, you know, that's our CCV crankcase ventilation. It's notoriously disgustingly dumping oil vapors into your intake, which is the way that Ford, you know, ran it. It's not wrong. It's not anything that's wrong. It's just it's disgusting, and it makes all your fittings get all yucky and nasty. I took a little break because, well, the wife made chicken pot pie. Chicken pot pie. Fresh, not even leftovers in the fridge. So I took a break, ate some dinner, and come out here. I was gonna throw the CCV mod on, and let me get some light on over here. Show you, you know, what I'm pointing at here. The old CCV doghouse here. You know, 2 Phillips head screws. There's a little O-ring on the tops of the screws, and there's a bigger weird looking O-ring, 2 of them. But when I popped it off, well, there was only one. And I thought, Jack, did you lose one? And I looked and I looked and I looked and I looked, and no, there just wasn't one there. This one was laying there when I lifted it off. There wasn't one stuck. There's just one missing. And that would explain a lot of oil leakage gunk around it. So, what I got to do is get, you know, they're goofy, you know, there's a weird shape and everything. They're not just O-rings of a normal flavor. Oh, and now it's trying to rain, that winter storm that they've been calling for. You know, the whole reason that I'm not at work is starting to show up. It's gotten a little colder and starting to precipitate. Because common sense is not the least bit common, yeah. Anyway, got a nice little layer of freezing rain in the early morning hours. And looking at the weather app, it says it's feels like 13. Currently 24 Fahrenheit. However many centimeters that is. It's my day off though, so I'm gonna pop the hood and try to get this thing done and running. And well, I can't even tell where the sun is, but I'm thinking I got Oh yeah, about 45 minutes till it's completely dark. All right, well, how you been? It's not nice out. It's very cold. Wind chill like 13 degrees. But it's my day off, and all week long, well, I got the one day off earlier in the week, but for the last 4 work days, I've been thinking I cannot wait to get to my day off and get the rest of these pieces put into this truck and get it started running and driving and, you know, just back into use, back into, you know, I can drive it when I want to. Because, you know, getting rid of the Squirrel Hotel seems to have worked. You know, nothing's have a peek in there. There's no squirrel apartment complex. So between the Squirrel Squealer and, well, really that's it. I haven't sprayed the Minty Fresh for a while, a couple weeks probably. Anyway, CCV mod is what I'm going to try to get to today. That seems like a fairly low-hanging fruit, completely unnecessary thing to do, but yeah, I also don't believe it's going to hurt anything. So I think I got the right hose. I went by. Let me give props to Napa Auto Parts, because even on the Jungle website, the O-ring kit for the you know, made out of Chinesium was like 2 or 3 times the price that the local Napa Auto Parts had the Felpro, the Gaskets Professionals Trust kit. So that was cool. I just stopped by there on the way to work one day, and bang, I think $7, right about that with tax. So we got the O-rings that we're supposed to have to put that on so that it won't be slobbering and drooling all over the valve cover like it had been doing. And then really beyond that, it's just heater hose and zip ties, which I don't even think I've unwrapped that Amazon package. So I'm gonna get that ready to go. Huh, fingers, I can't feel them. First, like a while back, I ordered a cheap 3/4 inch hose, and I guess I should have thought about it and read the description more, but this is like what you would run a fuel transfer, like a to fill up your car, you know, like what's hanging off the pump at the gas station. That's what I got there. So I just took this out of the package. First time I looked at it, it's a Gates brand heater hose, and that looks like it's more like what we actually need. Come on, get in here, help me out. Hold that, would you? All right, thanks. Yeah, you know, let's see, that's, I mean, yeah, that's 3/4, but that just doesn't work. So free returns is where that's probably gonna go, if I remember to. And then put it back in the Suburban storage cabinet. And then I gotta watch the battery on this thing. It ain't gonna live long in this weather. So I guess the question is did I order the right thing? Did I order the right thing this time? Well, let's find out, shall we? Can you sit? You sit up there in the truck, would you? Look at me when I'm talking to you. All right. I got it. Why did I do that? Hang on. Oh, hey, don't fall over. You been drinking already? Well, it is the day off. Alright, so here's the new hose. Look at that. Looks like it's the right size. The problem is, what are we going to do to make them stick together? It's not really a problem, I don't think. I think a piece of 3/4 inch copper line should, you know, be able to be jammed in there. And then, you know, hose clamp each side. So, that being said, let me see if I have any. I think I do. I do. I do have a scrap piece. Obviously, they don't need to be that long. I just wanted to see. Uh-oh. That's a little bit. It's going to require taking this thing to yoga class because it's going to have to stretch a lot. I think if I heat up that side on the new Gates belt, I might have a chance. Let's see. Just pull that 90 off of there. Can't see what I'm doing, but I did that. I pulled it off. Maybe if I warm that up, that'll stretch just enough. Because I really don't want to restrict that. I want that to be, you know, but then, well, let me see. Maybe a 1/2 inch coupling might be the thing. Okay, well, I mean, 1/2 inch coupling, too small. I mean, it'd be kind of, really wouldn't be that much of a restriction, but the 3/4 type M, you know, there's probably an air conditioning and refrigeration size ACR copper that's like in between this, and it would be exactly perfect. But I don't have any of that, so I think we're going to go to plan. Go back to plan A, but I'm just going to have to warm this up or something, and hopefully it doesn't split, and I can, you know, maybe I'll, you know, chamfer the edge, because this is going to be the hard one. The new belt, not old and stuff, I think just a little lube and it'll pop in, you know, to there. So that's the plan. I'm going to work on getting this in there far enough to clamp it, and that shouldn't take long, and be right back. Don't go nowhere. Just like that. Viola. Anyway, we got a 3/4 inch heater hose with a 90 on it. Easy peasy Japanese. I don't even think that's going to need any kind of hose clampage, because that's, I mean, look at it. Just look at it, would you? That is a nice, snug, tight fit. But we'll hose clamp this end onto that, and then we'll put it back on the truck, you know, facing this side toward the back, with the old Napa Saves the Day O-ring kit. And I'm not sponsored by anybody. In fact, let me just put this out there right now. Nothing that I do or tell you is advice that you should take without consulting, you know, somebody who's an expert. Jackwagon. If you do what I do, you're probably going to lose money, you're definitely going to spend some, and you may very well hurt yourself. So, everything I do, you know, closed course, trained expert, no. Anyway, we're going to get to that part, switch the camera around. It's actively freezing, misting, and occasional snowflake. So let's gotta keep moving. Okay, let me show you what I did here. If I got enough light in here to show you. I think I do. No. Leaned on my remote. Dang it. Hold on. Oh, Lordy. Come on now. Stop it. Hush. It's always something. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, I was over here trying to show you. Yeah, I did just what I told you I was gonna do. You know, what'd you think I was gonna do? Can you see what I'm looking at here? Yep. Yeah, 2 Phillips screws, new O-rings underneath. They just kind of went right up into the bottom of the doghouse here, and that held them in place. And then you just kind of gently set it on there, get the screws to start. Once they start, you know, you don't go crazy torquing it. You want it tight, but not, you know, you don't need to crush it into the into the soul of the earth. And then, you know, I decided, like when I was tweaking around on that to get the angle right, it kind of acted like the copper bridge piece here was trying to come out of this. So went ahead and cinched that down real good. And then, you know, what the hey, while you're in there throwing hose clamps around, put them on everything. So now I just got to shimmy under the truck again, get some zip ties up onto that hose. It's just running over the top of the brake boostage, hydro boostage apparatus. And yeah, I don't even think I really need or want to zip tie it anywhere up here. I think it'll be fine. But then it'll just kind of, I got her sticking down in between the inner fender and the frame. And then we're just gonna kind of let it scooch down along the frame on the outside of the frame rail so that it's not up in where the fuel pump and everything is if I ever need to get to that. And it's just going to be zip tied anyway. And I think it's only like 5 feet, so it's going to be coming out like right under the cab. So that might turn out to be something I wish I would have run farther. And if it is, that's fine, because we can just use another piece of 3/4 copper to take it another 5 feet back, and you know, or more. You know, we could put it out under the bed or wherever. I think I saw a post where a guy said he tied it into his exhaust somehow, and that sounds way more sophisticated than what I want to do. So basically, that is your CCV mod. You're just, instead of letting those oily vapors go into your intake and then circulate through your intercooler and get all of your boots, connector boots, all gummy and yucky with oil, and they drip oil, it's like seeps through them over time. And it's just, you know, makes things messy. So the I think the uphill that we're doing on the way to over the brake booster is going to give, you know, whatever oil vapor makes it through the doghouse there. I think maybe with the turbo not sucking it through actively, would probably be a lot less likely to get oil vapors, you know, that could condensate into oil to come out of that doghouse, because there's a bunch of like steel wool kind of stuff in there to kind of let it condensate on and drip back in. And if it does make it up into the hose, you know, there's like a foot of hose there for it to condensate on, you know, and not make it all the way out, and it can run back. And I'm sure there will be some amount that'll run down there and maybe make little, you know, 7-tree slobber marks in the driveway. But I mean, if that's the worst slobber mark it makes, well, that's not even realistic. So anyway, that's your CCV mod. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. I really sincerely do. Appreciate all the sponsors of this channel, including, well, there aren't any. There's no sponsors. So do a fella a favor. Click that thumbs up button. That helps get it spread out. You know, maybe other people, you know, see it and somehow think it's okay to put up with looking at me while I talk. I'm frozen. My mouth feels funny. It's frozen. You know how when your mouth freezes because you're so cold, like your cheek freezes and it feels slightly labored to speak, like your mouth isn't moving properly. Yeah, that's where we're at. So next we're going to jump into next thing is wiring, getting the new wiring harness put in. Oh boy, I better get some lights going. It's getting dark quick. Anyway, like I said, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with your enemies, I don't know, whatever. And we'll see you soon. I'm dressed like I'm out doing chores, and I got mud all over my boots from the last time I went hunting. And I just walked through the house to get lights, turn this light on, and realized I was dropping stuff everywhere. Forgot to grab zip ties, but I found one that was left over from the old mouse repeller Squirrel Squealer. So yeah, at least throw one on underneath there so that do I have another one over here? Maybe a piece of baling twine or something. No? Okay. Let's actually just walked around there and checked the audio. That was pretty good fake out, wasn't it? I thought so. Oh Lord, got a light on my head, don't I? Yep. Oh yeah, I like where that came out. Actually, that's gonna be about perfect, because we'll just figure 8 zip tie that right to parking brake cable. That's probably not a good idea, but if we do it to the tube step support, that's gonna come loose real easy. And the spring shackle is probably gonna wear a hole in it. Maybe I should have came down through over here. Maybe I should try to curl it over around that body mount. Nah, that seems like too much work for right now. Oh look, there's a hole right there. That'll be perfect. We'll give it the old Scooter Mareep. Alright, see that one? Oh yeah. That's like custom right there. Cinch up there. I don't want you to start flopping around like some old 1990s 60 series Detroit. You're a Powerstroke. Have some respect for yourself. Alright, yeah, that's fine. That's actually really good. I like the way that worked. Need to sharpen that knife, don't I? How do I have a pocket knife that won't even cut a zip tie? Oh. There we go. Done. Complete. Yep. Channel locks keep falling out of my channel locks pocket. I think that's else. Oh, what are you doing up there? I can't tell. Is my light off? Yep. Okay. All right. Well, that's done. Let me remind me to show you what I did down there. Well, it's just down and zip tied once at the end just to keep it from getting into trouble. So next, wiring